At the same time, mutant humans with remarkable physical abilities were being discovered all over the world. The Earth Defense Forces recruited these mutant humans and formed them into a special unit. Their name, the M Organization. Their mission was to destroy the number one enemy, the King of Monsters, that appeared in 1954 and has since regularly threatened man's very existence on this planet. Its name is...
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheap Seat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Cheap Seat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good. This is the most specialist episode ever, episode 124, and today we are talking about Godzilla Final Wars. I am Sean Allred, and joining me tonight is Andrew Fear the Stash Jimison.
Konnichiwa.
And perfect.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Couldn't have been better.
Can you win an episode this quickly?
I don't know.
I have done it in the past, so yes.
And Chad actually has too. I think Chad did with butter on a Pop-Tart. So
Yes. It took longer, but
Yes.
Andrews is certainly the shortest.
yes, that's true. Corny motorcycle to the face, Logan.
Well, I'm not Chad.
Well, no, but somebody had to take the motorcycle to the face, so. Okay.
Yeah,
You're done?
no,
Okay. And Sam, better Dragon Ball movie than the Dragon Ball movie Vector.
Holy crap, I
don't
said that.
watch the Dragon Ball stuff.
I know, but
That would have been great for me, Sean. You dropped the ball.
okay.
with Dragon Ball.
Corny, better Dragon Ball movie than the Dragon Ball movie. Logan.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to take the motorcycle to the face.
Sam, motorcycle to the face, Vector.
Okay. Well, does anybody else think that if you were to shoot a ginger, would their head split open and a lizard monster be underneath?
No, that's not how it works.
Is that not how it works?
No, we're not lizard monsters. No, just
sure?
Yeah, just know that whenever you pick a four-leaf clover, it actually steal your soul, and that's where our freckles come from.
Okay. All right.
So, and also our very, very special guest, Michael Antonucci. Hey, Mike.
Big Mike.
Mike.
Many people have wondered, how do you get on podcasts? I found the answer. Money. Lots of money.
Well,
And we do appreciate it.
yes, we
sir.
do.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That is actually absolutely 100% correct. Mike participated in the GoFundMe campaign that we're doing. Donated the $25, or at least donated $25. Donated at least $25. Jesus.
It'll at least keep us from pimping out Sean for a weekend.
Yeah, which no one wants, including.
That's why we're getting the money for it.
Yeah. So.
Come here, you little piglet son of
Oh, dear God.
Yeah. Oh, this just got real bad.
So long being able to sleep tonight. Wow.
Yeah, no joke. No one needs that image in their head. So thank you to Mike for picking this movie and for and helping the cause of continuing the podcast. Which, by the way, update: we are halfway there. We are $250. We have paid for the show for a full year. So, if nothing else, we're good for until 2017. So that's great.
So suck it, guy who sent the hate mail.
Right? Yeah, that person so long ago. Wow, I forgot about hate mail guy.
I'm still convinced it was Sam or Chad.
I actually thought it was a friend of mine at work who kind of like was hating on the show because he got really pissed off I wouldn't let him on. And then I realized he's so like computer illiterate that I don't know if he knew how to create a fake email account. Seriously. So anyway, so so we got so there's 5 of us tonight, and it should be a lot of fun. So pull up a comfy chair and let's dive into the movie That is Godzilla Final Wars. Now, before Andrew does his read, I just want people to be, if you've not seen this, we had to buy it on Amazon, so it's not streaming. It is on YouTube, but the quality is beyond shit. So,
well, it's not English dubbed, right?
Yeah, you can't always guarantee that it's going to be subtitled, so that's kind of a hassle.
Right, yeah. So the one we bought was the actual English overdub, which is why I agreed.
Although, you know what would have been fun?
What?
If we would have watched this, all of us, and each one of us took a character and had to say what they were trying to say without knowing.
As in, like, we don't know any of the dialogue. We're just making
any of the
it up.
dialogue. We just make it up as we go along.
That would have been an interesting episode.
I do own the DVD, so we could have done that.
As long as Sean gets to play the twins.
Oh God, it was so creepy. So I have a bunch of questions to ask Mike throughout this thing, and it's going to be because Mike, you're going to have to be kind of our resident expert on all things Godzilla because
I figured as much. I've been studying up for the past couple days.
Oh, good,
so
good, because I've seen of the Godzilla movies that I can remember. I know I've watched one when I was a kid, but I can remember was this one and the Matthew Broderick one.
Awesome.
Which we did for the podcast, right?
Do what?
Not that I don't think so.
No, we haven't done that one.
Oh, if it ever streams, we should do that because it's garbage.
Or Zero.
Yeah.
Clever girl.
Wait, no, it's not it.
No, that's I remember we watched that together, and I made that point of all the little baby Zillas at the end popping out of the eggs.
Little
and
raptors.
They do look like little raptors. Yeah. Anyway, so
what is this movie?
Well, I was gonna say so. So yeah.
What did we watch?
So if you are listening to this, having not seen it, I don't know how you can see it other than renting it on Amazon or YouTube or any other illegal websites.
You can come up to my house and watch.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Every now and then at like Best Buy or Barnes and Noble, they might have the DVD. It's never a sure thing though.
Sure. So my point being is that find a way to watch it. I actually. Again, the point of this of the podcast is to review it. I'm going to go ahead and say now, if you've not watched it before listening, find a way to watch it. I think it would make this show better for you.
Yes.
If you've seen the movie. So, with all of that having been said, Andrew Jimison, please, if you will.
All right. When an alien race with an army of monsters plan to enslave the human race, one team of elite soldiers will go on a daring mission to free the only monster that can save them, Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Nice.
Godzilla.
So yeah, that's
there goes Tokyo.
That's your movie.
So that's actually a pretty good description of what this 2 hours was.
Yeah. Was that from IMDb or was that from Amazon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Coke or Pepsi? Yes.
Oh no, definitely Coke. Don't ruin it.
IMDb's storyline description. IMDb's storyline description desperately needs an editor because it is. Ugh.
Well, IMDb usually.
They're usually pretty bad.
Yeah, they usually kind of suck at that. Okay. Godzilla's 50th anniversary project, in which Gojira, it actually says that, travels around the world to fight his old foes plus new mysterious monster named Monster X. Not X.
Well, no, I meant they have down like the storyline thing down summary, towards the middle. Yeah, that one. It says it's written by a guy from Brazil, and you can kind of tell because the grammar is pretty lousy.
Oh well. IMDb is kind of an open source kind of a thing. Anyone can do it. It's like Wikipedia. Yeah.
Oops. Yeah. And if the movie isn't real popular,
then
it doesn't get the attention that they really need to.
Yeah, and you never know what's going to happen. So, so we will do this. This was, I'm pretty sure I can confidently say that Andrew, Corny, and Sam had never seen this before.
Never.
Nope.
Okay. And Mike and I had both. Mike, you owned it, obviously, and you picked it. And I had watched it with you, Mike, when we worked together at Carowin. So this will be an interesting romp down
memory lane.
Well, not memory lane, but just an interesting romp through the review process. So, Andrew, I will let you go first, sir.
All right. I, like you, haven't seen that many Godzilla films. I saw the Matthew Broderick, which was terrible. But I at first, I mean, this is exactly what I expected it to be. in the style of what I expected it to be done in, which I assume is the classic style of the Godzilla films. And having said that, I like.
Ooh.
I knew what I was expecting, and
What was that?
Did anybody else just experience that?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Hated it.
That was
I
awesome.
thought he had figured out how to do the Johnny Mnemonic thing.
That was awesome. And it was the perfect thing too. It would have been lame if you would have said something like "and I," but it was the fact that you repeated "hated it."
By the way,
No,
I
I
think that's
did.
recorded. I think you can. I think you can keep that.
Oh yeah, I'm keeping that. I might section that out. Yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that we all started laughing. So you were saying you're saying
no, I don't hate it at all. I actually enjoyed it for what it was, and I had a good time watching it.
Good. Boy, I think Skype is going to be an interesting adventure tonight. I almost feel like Skype is going to be like a sixth member of the team tonight.
One is trying to sabotage us at free.
Sorry, listeners, it's my fault. Yeah.
Well, no. It's corny.
I don't know.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Buddy.
Every time it pauses, I'm like, no, it's happened again.
We're waiting on you, Lando.
All right. Oh, I'm glad you said that. Hold on a second.
Oh, gee.
Oh Lord, he's getting in character. He's putting on the cloak.
Are you putting on Han's clothes right now?
That was the sexy sound of sexy animals doing sexy things all movie long. And that is my description.
Okay.
Welcome to Godzilla After Dark.
I know, right?
I'm still here. It's not after. It's during.
Oh. Are you done? Was that it? Like, that's all you're gonna say?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Sam?
Seriously, okay. We were talking before the show, and I mentioned, every Saturday in Florida was a different creature feature on the local channels. Back when you actually had to turn the channels, no remotes.
And you always had like that Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon movie thing.
Yes, yeah. And they played a lot of Godzilla movies, and I loved them as a kid. And of course, this movie was done in the style of those 1950s. Is it 50s, 60s type of films, except, of course, for the obligatory CGI Godzilla, which made me chuckle a bit. But I hate to say it, that I didn't like this movie. To me, it was a little too long. They packed in a little bit too much. It was almost like Godzilla's greatest hits. I kind of liked a little bit more of a...
that actually literally is what this movie is, though.
I know.
For only $39.95, you can have Godzilla's greatest hits on compact disc.
Featuring such songs as Scream Honk.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It got repetitive, and I was having fun with it at first. There was a fight at the Antarctic. There was a fight in the islands. Was it not Fiji?
Yeah, they fought in Fiji.
Fiji and elsewhere. And but then it's like it was the same old desolated, demolished area they kept fighting in, and I got bored. I'm kind of one of those. I like to see the demolition. I like to see the little model houses being pushed over and the little cars being thrown. But I thought it was about a half hour too long, maybe 45 minutes too long. And I don't understand the Japanese culture. I just don't, with the weird baby Godzilla and those characters and the dancing bad guy who laughed at weird places and the whole idea
Sam,
of the mutants. It just was strange to me.
Sam, you were... Okay, the rest of us grew up in the era of Power Rangers, and we completely understand all this. I know you were far beyond that. But think back to Voltron.
See this.
But see, when I think back to when I think back to Voltron, I don't remember the crazy. I don't know. It was a kid show. It wasn't a movie.
Well, yeah, that's true, but like, I mean, what like it's Power Rangers. It's all of that. I guess you have to. If you missed it, then you missed it, and I
Yeah.
guess you obviously did. Well, that's okay.
So I didn't really like it. I was bored. In fact, I played with fast forwarding through some of it because I was bored enough. But then I was like, no, I'm going to suffer through it, and finish the rest of it. So, I did like seeing Godzilla back in the rubber suit after watching the last two Godzillas, the Matthew Broderick one and this recent one, the fat one. It was kind of refreshing to see the old style.
Cool.
Yeah. How about you, Sean?
Well, no, I'm going to throw it to Mike now.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Mike?
Hi, I am here, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. For backstory, I've been basically pestering Sean to do this movie for 2 years and basically begging him the entire time to let me on to do it. So when I took the opportunity, I did. I like Sam. I grew up with the Godzilla movies. Well, just watching them. My grandmother gave me a VHS of King Kong versus Godzilla that I watched the heck out of when I was growing up. And I actually only even came upon this one basically by a random chance. The Angry Video Game Nerd. You guys heard of him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He also does movie reviews basically. And 1 October for his Halloween stuff, he reviewed all the Godzilla movies.
All of them? Wow.
Well, it's not review, is like 3-minute blurbs, not really in depth or anything like that. So he didn't go too extreme, but Final Wars was the last one he covered. And basically a little while after seeing that one, I just happened to be in a Best Buy and I picked it up. And it has since gone on this. I know, Sam, you saying you don't like it. I can understand your reasoning behind it, but this actually stands as my all-time favorite movie.
Oh, wow.
Which is actually one of the reasons why I wanted to be on so much, just to talk about it.
All right.
Very cool.
Well, full disclaimer: if we don't like it, don't get mad.
Like I told you, I'm on here because I was fully anticipating my exact words were, I have to be there to defend it from you
Yeah. Well.
vultures.
Yeah.
Was my exact word to you. So I'm fully anticipating.
Yeah, that very thing is going to happen next week too. I got a feeling. But anyway, so I watched this with Mike, and before we watched it though, I had the privilege, or maybe the I don't know what the word is, but I had the benefit.
Privilege.
No, the benefit is the better word of having Mike tell me what the point of the movie was. And I did not do that for you guys. I don't remember doing that last week. That the point of this movie is that this is a celebration of 50 years of Godzilla. That it is an homage to Molly. To Molly. She's yeah.
Hi guys.
She would be the 7th member of the show tonight with
Yeah. I need to put a bio on the page for her.
You really do, actually, so people know who the hell we're talking
With
about.
a giant head.
Yeah. A miniature schnauzer with a giant head. That's not terrifying at all.
I've got my own dog walking around here somewhere. He might pop up at some point.
It's like that big ass ant from Ant-Man at the end of the movie.
There you go.
Anyway, so I walked into this movie originally knowing that the purpose of the movie is to kind of give us an homage to all of these old movies. Yeah, it is Godzilla in a rubber suit. And doing some actually kind of interesting karate.
Yeah.
And some
Well,
other...
is this kind of like a Sky Captain case, you think?
What do you mean?
You know how we were down on Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow and pretty harshly, but then realized later on this was almost like a fan film type of deal.
He made that one basically. The director basically made it himself. This one is more...
collaboration of...
Yeah, I mean, it was multiple companies. This was the first Godzilla, Japanese-made Godzilla film that was premiered in America.
Okay.
So... So I had to do the conversion on a Google, money converter or whatever. So this movie had a 2 billion yen budget, which is $18 million.
I was going to say something really awful, but I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah. So like $12. No, it's eight.
And a fortune cookie.
Yeah. Ooh. No, that's Chinese.
Oh. You're going to compare it to pesos.
No. Catherine Zeta-Jones isn't in this one.
No. Or anyone who's actually Hispanic.
Or Foot Penelope Cruz.
Wow. So this was
wow.
Yeah. So this was an $18 million movie, and the majority of that would probably go to costuming, right?
Explosions.
Explosions.
And some explosions, but most of those explosions are on miniatures. So we're talking about
I don't know, when they were standing around a courtyard and he was talking to the mutants and it kept exploding in the background.
Well, yeah,
that was a lot of explosions they used.
You're right. You're right. I was thinking a lot of like when the ship crashes and when Godzilla is kicking over buildings and crashing into things and stuff. Those are all miniatures and small sparks and things like that. But so I guess I haven't answered my own question yet. Is do I like the movie? I kind of do, but there's a lot of it that's just kind of annoying about the movie, and I'm a little bit with you, Sam, in the fact that I kind of got tired of him just doing his Kamehameha at the other stuff and just winning. And I don't know. The acting is horrendous. Now,
yes.
we have admitted on this show that acting in other cultures, especially Japanese cultures, is different because
it's hard to understand.
Yeah, because we ripped 13 Assassins to pieces, and we then realized, an hour into the show that it was nominated for what they consider Oscars for acting. And so...
we did not. I did not.
You did not what?
I did not rip apart 13 Assassins. I liked it. That's why.
Yeah, I'm the one that recommended it. I kind of liked it too. It was you and Chad that hated it.
Right. Again, hold on.
Because you had to read.
Yeah, hold on. I didn't like the movie for the show. I don't care about reading. I've been over this. Why do I have to defend this movie 115 episodes later? I had a good time with the movie, and I said to you guys, if we were watching it just to watch it on Netflix, I would have really enjoyed it, except for Home Alone, town that they were able.
Tsunami.
The blood tsunami was really freaky, but otherwise, anyway. Yeah, go back to episode 7 and watch.
Sean hates books. Boo!
Stop it.
He hates literacy. Boo!
But here's the funny thing: is we kind of overcame the concept of doing clips without not being in English when we did Kung Fu Hustle, because I just read the lines over the.
Oh yeah,
that was fun. Anyway. I'm glad I didn't have to do that for this movie.
And that's why Audible.com was a sponsor for this show for several years, for most of the year.
Yeah.
Well, my big question is Japanese versus Chinese. Oh, good Lord, there's a giant ant in here. Hold on.
Was it the one from Ant-Man?
It's radiated. It's coming for you.
Jesus.
Well, if you listen closely, you might be able to hear it.
My gosh. Good. It would have been more meta had you actually had a Godzilla doll nearby that you were crushing it with. Now that sounds awesome in my headphones. Are you done, Sam? Committing genocide? I mean, good gosh.
I had to use my Call of Duty Xbox case to kill that sucker. I swear the thing's almost an inch big.
Wow.
That's what she said.
Oh, man. And I have that forever. So Sam,
what was I saying? Oh, so Japanese versus Chinese movies. It seems like the Japanese style of acting is just completely different. Whereas the Chinese is a little bit more on the lines that we are used to.
I guess. I mean, we the only Chinese movie we've watched is Ip Man. And then we've seen a lot of movies with Chinese actors as well.
Would Kung Fu Hustle be considered?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Kung Fu Hustle. But yeah, and then you've got
Forbidden Kingdom?
What?
Forbidden Kingdom.
But it was an American production, but it was a lot of it's all Chinese actors and a director. So, but I'm actually on your side with that one, Sam. I think you're right, and I don't know why. I'll just say this: the main actor, his facial expressions freaked me out. Like he would just make faces sometimes that didn't make sense. Like he actually made faces like what my 3-year-old does whenever, like if Mike, you're the one who doesn't have a child here, but if you guys ever like when
that he knows about.
Oh well, it's true. But like with my kid, like if he's like pretending to hide or something, and you kind of look at him and they kind of get that big silly goofy grin, whatever. I don't know. Like that actor did that like 6 times in the movie, especially. Jesus, Sam, are you still trying to kill that thing?
It's still alive.
You got the entire ant farm in there?
God. Okay.
You good?
It's dead now.
If it starts carrying things away.
No one ever stopped to ask why, if we should.
Right. Only if we could.
That thing is probably going to start breathing radioactive fire or something crazy.
I tell you, crazy.
All right. So anyway.
Sorry, you were saying.
No, I wasn't. My point was just that I thought the main actor was terrible. I mean, really bad. His karate skills and the fight scenes were great. And I'm not even talking about like the over animation that that we've kind of come accustomed to with Japanese kind of movies and anime and things like that. It wasn't even that stuff. It wasn't like okay, Mike, is it phaser or maser or laser? Because they said all 3 in the movie.
They've over the course of this the franchise, they've used all 3. In the movie here, I think it was like the Gotengo, the big ship.
Yeah.
That was phaser. But the others, the franchise itself has used all 3.
Because I thought I heard M. Bison actually scream out, "Fire the maser!" Like when they crash it into the big Epcot Center. So I was really confused because I thought.
No, in that case, it was.
It might have just been an overdub issue.
I'm pretty sure it was phaser. No. Don Fry and Bison there. He was.
Sam, is that real? Sam, are you serious with that? Is that real? Sam, oh my God, he killed him.
Anybody?
Anybody on Skype?
Yeah,
I'm here. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
Good job, Ant.
I pulled an Ander. Sorry about that.
See, Jen, it's not just me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that thing's.
Mike, I'm actually getting ready to text this to you. This picture that Sam just sent me.
Oh God, it's still moving.
Oh my God, this is terrifying.
My phone is ready.
Oh my God, Sam, I want you to obviously take the meme part off, and let's put that on Facebook so people who are listening to the show have an idea what the hell we're talking about. This thing is massive.
What in the name of all that is holy is that?
Like, I kind of wish you'd put like a quarter or something next to it so we have some kind of like scale. Anyway.
That's Sam's roof. That is Sam's roof. That's.
Jeez. All right, let's get past this horrible, terrifying ant that tried to kill Sam.
Found it fitting that we had a giant monster
to attack us all.
I know, right? All right, so let's do some of this stuff. All right, as I'm waiting for my notes to reload. Some of the things that I liked, and we'll talk about some of the stuff that I liked, or that we all liked, right? Because there's got to be some. I'm thinking. Hold on. So I liked the fight scenes with Godzilla versus the whatever, because Godzilla basically is Goku in this movie. I know, Sam, you don't know what that means. Yeah, but he basically does that a lot. But I kind of liked some of that stuff. I'm actually having a hard time thinking of things that I really liked about this movie, because all I can think about is the stupid things that pissed me off.
I like the old schoolness of it.
Well, yeah,
that's what I liked.
Okay, let me ask you this, Mike, again, our resident, and anyone else who's watched these movies, feel free. The look itself of the movie, like the physical film of the movie, had a weird, like when they were outdoors, it was blown out. I mean, like nuclear explosion blown out. And then when they were anywhere else, it was like these really weird, like dark oranges and reds, and it made the movie look like it was 15 years older. Do we think that was intentional?
So I'd say so, if only just because other clips I've seen of the more recent movies, they've been a heck of a lot cleaner. So I think this might have just been an intentional thing.
Okay, like an artistic.
Well, didn't they isn't it at the very beginning, if I remember right, during the opening credits, weren't they showing all the old Godzilla movies?
Yeah, they were.
Or little clips
that's
where
actually,
you could really see the clarity in terms of the film,
right?
Over the years.
But like,
and I thought that was interesting, especially the '80s, where all of a sudden it got, like a bad VHS tape look to it.
Yeah, had that orange hue to it. Everything had in the '80s for some reason.
Yeah, that's most of the '80s movies had that problem.
Right, but I guess my thinking is that the movie is supposed to be in the future, and I understand you're paying an homage to the Godzilla, which feel free to do. Feel free to have a dude in a suit and wires and practical effects, and then you do the random CGI dragon, and then the making fun of the the Zillas, as they refer to it as, from the Matthew Broderick one.
Yeah.
And Mothra had some CGI moments too. Like there was a few CGI elements which I thought were fine. I mean, they didn't look good for 2004, but it didn't matter. Yeah. But I don't know, just the movie looked like, if I would have told you, hey, this movie came out in 1989, I think no one would argue.
Yeah. Well, and one of the things I've always... Oh, go ahead, Andrew.
No, well, I was just going to say, when I watched this, what I was trying to say earlier is that's what I put in my mind, is that everything that was done in this movie was intentional to make it look like an older film, to pay homage to the style and the films of the Godzilla franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree.
I actually remember...
Go ahead,
Sorry,
Mike.
Keep going. Oh, well, no, I was going to say that, like, we're going on intentional. I think I remember actually reading a quote from the director where he said he did not like the 80s and 90s movies because it felt like the themes had been lost. Like the original Godzilla was just an entire idea about the theme of nuclear war and destruction and everything. And then the 60s and 70s kept on going with that. So he said he preferred those movies to the more recent ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that's fine. I'm with you. I thought it looked bad.
I've always appreciated the Godzilla movies where it feels like you could do it in your basement.
That's true. Yeah. I mean,
we're with a little bit of talent, you could do a Godzilla movie in your basement.
Oh yeah, especially with all the Legos you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just get one of your kids to dress up in a Godzilla outfit, and there you go.
And they would.
Forget that. Let Sam get all. Let him build a city. Get him liquored up and just tape him walking around.
I actually really want to see that right now. I really do.
Yeah. That's my special.
There goes
power.
the theme.
Right.
That's your lasers just vomit.
You.
Yeah.
Oh no, Sam Zilla is vomiting.
Samzilla. Okay, so they do in this movie, which I think is funny because they do it in every Japanese and Chinese movie I've ever seen. If there's an American in the movie who can actually speak English, they still overdub that person. And it might have been his own voice, which I would assume that it was, but they still overdubbed him. And let's be honest, he's the best part of the film, right? Like, American with mustache, and Don Fry is his name. Now, what this movie doesn't do, which I really, really appreciated, which was, again, the difference is a Japanese director, Japanese movie, is that the American isn't there to save the day. It's not that trope.
Yeah.
He's just the hard... I mean, he is every movie trope about a guy ever, right? Like, I'm the captain of this thing, and only I know best. And he goes to prison because he punched a superior officer, and like we're gonna go down swinging, or we're like all of those movie tropes rolled into one. That really cool suede uniform he was wearing. So. And that mustache. So I liked him. He was hilarious. Though his dialogue was terrible, but half of my clips are from him talking. So,
well, you got to give him credit too. It's a fairly, I mean, well, it's an international cast ? There's a lot. All the old Japanese movies that I remember, the Godzilla movies, had a lot of Japanese in them.
Mm-hmm.
Now that it seems, this is global, it was nice to see that there were all sorts of people in this movie.
But the best part is it's what Japanese people think Americans are. It wasn't the fact that there was an actual pimp and an actual cop in the street. It was the fact that in 2004, we think that the Japanese think it's cool that a pimp would just pull a gun on a cop and a cop would just randomly, they would just banter back and forth while aiming weapons at each other. Like, that doesn't happen. And then you get
I gotta be honest with you. When you look at the news, it's either cop kills guy kills cop. I mean, it's
well,
but there's nobody banter.
Yeah, but
there's something we're missing.
That's what I'm saying. Is it's not like he pulls the gun out sideways and go, "Man, I got my hand cannon on you." No one says that. No one talks like that in this country.
I'm gonna blow your ass all the way back to Jersey.
Right. And then the funny part is that the American is the guy, the cop, the white cop is screaming. You can tell he's dropping the F-bomb.
Yeah.
And then they overdubbed him saying hell. So why have him drop the F-bomb in the first place?
Well, remember, they did the same thing in Galaxy Quest. Sigourney Weaver dropped the F-bomb there, and they dubbed her over.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Did I
when they've got the pathway with all the slammy, chompy things, you can see her mouth say, well, F that, but they overdubbed it.
She says, well, forget that or something?
Well, screw that, yeah.
Oh, nice. I got to go back and watch that because that makes me happy. Plus, I need to watch that movie again.
She was very fine in that movie.
Definitely did not have a foot for a face.
No, she didn't. Anyway, I'm not sure how we got to there. Okay, so what was I supposed to say about this movie? I liked the Sum 41 part of the soundtrack. When they,
I thought you would.
I love Sum 41 as a band. And when I saw that they were part of the team that was doing the soundtrack, I was like, oh, okay, so we're going to get like a Flash Gordon kind of thing.
I hated this soundtrack. I did not like it.
I was waiting for someone to say Flash, and then I was going to do... So, Corny, just do me a favor and just say Flash.
Flash!
There you go. I've been wanting to do that one for a while, actually.
That's awesome. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. It's always fun when we can kind of set each other up, even though we have to set each other up in the show. But anyway, like Sesame Cake last week. That was anyway. Crap. Oh yeah. So yeah, the soundtrack though is awful, and I have evidence of it. If you don't if you don't believe us, it's terrible. So. There was a dude that was the composer, but then they brought in Sum 41 and another group. But I don't remember what. But so like when Sum 41 kind of came on, I was like, "Oh yeah, let's get way more of this."
Yeah, let's do it.
Instead of the synth garbage stuff that they made, like
consistent synth.
Like
over and over and over.
Yeah, this is the stuff that Corny does at weddings just to get people to leave. When his band is playing. It's time to go. All right, I'm gonna play this garbage. Here we go. So
actually, what I just do is usually just play some 5 Iron Frenzy, and that.
Actually, you should actually get a jazz cover of Closing Time.
Dude,
from Semisonic. Yeah.
We can probably do that.
Yeah, you should do that. That would be hilarious.
That would either be really awesome or really awful, and I kind of want to experience both.
Well, working at the university, when we would do concerts, the concert would end, and we usually give people about 15 minutes to leave before we start turning gear off and packing up. And the lead tech for a year and a half would play Closing Time as the last song, and the people in the room thought it was hilarious. They're like, "Oh, that's funny," until at the end of the song we start turning the lights off, and they're like, "Oh, I guess they made it to leave." Anyway, I like this idea, Corny.
That was the best story I've ever heard.
Well, you know.
I saw a cat by a bus stop once.
That's right. He sounded like Matthew McConaughey for some reason when he said,
All right.
I saw a cat by a bus stop one time. I don't know what that accent was. Anyway, let's move on.
Sounded more like Forrest Gump.
So did you guys notice that they used the M word? They used the word mutant. I'm like, ooh, I wonder if they had to pay royalties to Fox.
That's true. Interesting.
Yeah. I forgot to capture that clip. Damn it.
Fox can suck it.
I just realized I missed a clip.
That's really.
There was a clip where our hero, and I'm sorry, Mike, I don't know any of their names, but
Face guy.
Face guy.
Face guy and girls McBoobs.
But so he says to the girl, he's like,
Well, the main guy was Ozaki.
okay, Ozaki says to the cute girl, he's like, oh, you can't be a doctor, you must be a model. I'm like, wow.
That's like, horrible line.
Like, this is 2004. I mean, like, this isn't 1954. And I understand it's an homage to whatever, but do we still have to be, like, completely sexist? That part was real bad.
But he was like, was he trying to put her down? Or it was really weird in terms of his motivation for doing it.
I think in his mind, maybe he was trying to, like, pay her a compliment. Like, oh, you're hot. But instead it came across as, you look too pretty to be a scientist because only pretty girls can be models or something.
Well, he had said even before meeting her that he didn't want to be taking the job. So they might have been trying to get himself fired.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah. If I'm horrible to this person, I can get out of this job. That's a good idea. That's a good career path. We should all do that.
Okay.
Sam, you mentioned it earlier, but my God, why did I called them the exposition chicks because I didn't know what they were.
The twins?
The twins. Why did they have to be so creepy? Is that a thing in the movies, Corn?
There's
Mike?
old Godzilla. I remember those chicks.
Yeah, that's an ongoing thing with Mothra. Those are called, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, the Shobijin, which they are always there for Mothra. Basically, her human to human or to human contact. There's actually one of the movies they act as translators for the monsters, where they actually convert the monster speaking into Japanese for those watching.
Yeah, they're in many movies, several of them.
Okay. Yeah, it was weird. Okay, let's go here for just a second. How flippin' stupid is Mothra as our defender of the planet? Like, I'm just gonna say it. It kind of sucked, right? Because it died, didn't it? Didn't it die? I mean,
no,
it was on fire.
Yeah, but there's a post-credit scene of her flying away.
Oh, I didn't watch the post credits.
Yeah.
Did anyone else?
No.
Okay.
You guys are all saying how much you hate it. I'm not surprised you didn't watch it. So.
Well, that's good. That actually, I do remember that now, Mike, because I remember you showed it to me when we watched it at Carowinds. So now you said that, I remember that. But still, like, I kind of feel like we should have a better animal than a moth.
A moth? We've got Godzilla.
He's not the defender. He's just he kind of is a defender, but he's
an anti-hero.
He's the metaphor of don't pollute and destroy the environment. And that's what Godzilla
don't
is.
Drink
right?
the water. Okay,
that too.
Mothra is kind of an ongoing thing. All of her, it's for like her first couple appearances, it would be she died and then her egg would hatch and the larva would win the battle. So unfortunately, she's got kind of she's basically treated like Worf is treated in Star Trek, where the bad guy beats him up and that proves how dangerous they are. That sort of a thing.
I thought you were going to say it's more like the Phantom, where you can kill the Phantom and then there's just another one that shows up.
Yeah, so basically, the Mothra, just turn out the lights and it won't bother you.
Right.
You turn on a light, you sit down in a chair, and that sucker will get you every time.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to avoid Mothra, just stay dark.
Right.
Mothra's attacking the city. Wait, sunset is in 3, 2. All right, we're good.
Well, it followed the sun west.
If it acts like any other moth I've ever seen, burn a citronella candle because that's supposed to repel insects, and it'll fly right into the flame.
Don't go towards the
going down
light.
in flames.
I can't help it.
What if some guy just showed up with a box of mothballs and
Just threw it up into the air and it ate it and died. I mean, it was cool that she was the cavalry, but I kind of felt like she didn't do much.
Yeah, she didn't do a whole lot. Again, they were shoehorning they were shoehorning every monster into this movie imaginable.
Right.
Which hurt the
Yeah.
story in the long run.
Yeah. And then I wrote giant shrimp. Really? Are they just going for the oxymoron?
Well, actually, the giant shrimp is fun because 2 Godzilla movies were covered on Mystery Science Theater 3000. The one with the giant shrimp was actually one of them,
Nice.
and that was a hysterical episode. I got to say.
Yeah.
I do like that. I thought it was kind of funny that some of the lesser monsters, Godzilla took care of pretty quickly, and it made me laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Like the first one he fights. I mean, I know it's not necessarily a short fight, but it's like, "Ha, I've got you." And Godzilla's like, "Oh, really? I'm gonna rip your head off."
That
All
was
right.
yeah. So that was one of the things I wrote down was like, hold on, where is it? It was
A lot of head ripping. A lot of head ripping.
my note literally was, good thing Godzilla came out pissed and knew who to fight and knew to fight Mecha Thing, who went down like a bitch. Like that Mecha Thing had been on Earth for 12,000 years and is like, oh, I'm alive, dead.
And not only that, there was all this buildup. You know, you saw the thing under the earth or whatever, all cocooned up, and then it's rising up with the red eyes. It's finally ready, and then he dies.
Yeah, like didn't it have like Cyclops' headset or something? Head thing, and then like bad guy make hairdo up in the spaceship. Does like the cool like hand motions, and he's like, go fight whatever his name is, Gaijin maybe or something. I don't know.
Oh, I mean,
Gigan. And then he comes and he's like, haha, and then Godzilla kills him like a bitch. I mean, just bitch slapped him in the face with the Kamehameha and he was dead. And I was
so basically, he's like Rita Repulsa, just throwing down monsters. And
did anybody else get kind of a David Bowie Labyrinth vibe from him?
A little bit, yeah.
Actually, the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The eyeshadow and whatever. He was interesting to watch act. Like, he had actually really interesting facial features and...
Until his death.
Well, yeah.
Spoiler, but...
Oh.
Yeah, the bad guy dies.
Well,
Jeez, spoiler.
If you can't guess that the bad guy dies, then you shouldn't be watching movies.
Right.
But he just laid on the floor giggling, and I was like, really? Is this...
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, as Sean, he knows when those lizard things try to come out, it kind of tickles a bit. At least that's what he's told me in the past.
Again, that's not what gingers are made of. We're not little aliens on the inside.
Okay.
We take your soul.
Yeah.
So that's why we have freckles.
oh, he thinks he's people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
And no, it's fine.
Someone said that to me today. I was like, I gotta say that tonight.
Really? Someone said it to you?
Yeah.
Wow, that's mean and hilarious.
I was working. I had a bunch of stuff to do at work, so I'd been like, kind of working hard from 8 to 12, and I was like, man, I'm kind of hungry. One of the old ladies up front looks at me and goes, oh, he thinks he's people.
Wow.
Wow.
You should have looked at him like, what the, racist? What does
The
that
hell's
mean?
wrong with you?
Right?
For her last name.
Gingers are better than people.
Nice. That's right.
Well, there you go.
It's ginger. It's in September. It's actually Ginger Day. Isn't that what you sent me, Andrew?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I love it. Ginger Appreciation Day or whatever. None of y'all should go there because they will eat you all.
Yeah.
Let them get a taste of me. It'll be riots in the streets. We want more black people.
I don't like where this is going.
Whatever,
Going down
bitch, I'm
fast.
Okay, so
Speaking of gingers, how about this movie?
speaking of gingers,
whatever, bitch. I'm delicious.
there's none of them. So actually, I want to go back to real quick to a point, Sam, that you made about there was like kind of an international cast. I did notice that because they are supposed to be representing the world and not just Japan, even though everything seemed to happen in Japan, which does make sense because we Americans, everything happens in New York for some reason. I like the fact that there was, like, in that team it was mostly Asians, but there were, I guess, Japanese, but there was, like, like one black guy, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And there was
I captured the audio from the black guy.
oh jeez.
Yeah, here goes.
Oh, God.
When Godzilla's coming, y'all be tripping. I see you. Gayaka. Yeah.
Thank you.
I can't believe you did that. How long have you been sitting on that?
Like 10 minutes.
Oh,
That's fantastic.
oh my gosh. I had forgotten how offensive
I have
that
tears
is.
in my eyes. This is wonderful.
Oh man. Thank you, Chris Tucker. Jeez. So Corny, you had like, I think there were 3 black guys in the movie, right? So you had Pimp, right?
Yep.
Pimp black guy. So he's a stereotype, right?
Yeah.
You had there was a black guy on one of the subs or one of the spaceship things who had, I think, a line.
Braces.
What?
He had braces.
Oh, he had braces. I thought you just said racist. I'm like, oh.
I did
No.
too.
Well, braces. And with a B.
Yeah, like, oh, there's a black guy on a submarine. That's racist. Wait, what?
You didn't realize that now? That's the thing.
I guess so. And then there was the black guy in the control tower that was in charge of watching Godzilla, and he was playing.
Oh, no, that was the guy with braces.
Oh, yeah, and he was playing like jazz with that other guy, and he's like, they're gonna come and release him. He's like, whatever, just chill. And then they both died, which I felt bad for, that they died.
Yeah,
but
Godzilla just kind of totally wasted those guys.
he was pissed. He's like, I'll teach you to.
It's probably cold.
Do your job and keep
The
me
sad part
frozen.
the sad part is Godzilla, like, you destroyed the monster, attacked the other people. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Destroyed the monster and was like, I'm going to go mess this ship up. Wait a minute. Turned
Right.
around and goes, hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
No, he killed those guys before he killed Gigan.
Yeah, you're right. He came out.
Yeah, he
shooting
got
down.
out of the
Oh, yeah,
hole.
that's right.
Yeah, like,
His first shot knocked Gigan down, and then he saw the building. He said, "Okay, you're dead."
Right.
And then away he went.
yeah, he's like, I can hear that jazz that you're playing from that first movie that I was in. That music.
Godzilla.
That music was from one of the first Godzilla movies. That's why he's playing it.
Oh.
Trivia.
I didn't even look this week.
Oh yeah, I did there's a lot. There's actually a lot of trivia for this movie, and I was really surprised. So one of the other things I really was kind of annoyed with, and it was just, and again, and maybe it's Japanese storytelling, and I don't know, but I felt like they kept telling me the plot over and over again. Like, so let me get this straight. Aliens they're mutants, and mutants are aliens, right? Okay. So then, like 10 minutes later, when they rescue Mustache, they're like, they have M-base. What's M-base? Oh, I got to tell you again. Like, wait a minute. What? You don't need to tell us again. Like, just have
They had that whole, not a montage, but that whole description thing at the very start of the movie.
right.
And I was like, went on and on and on with the people dancing.
Right. And then they told us what M-base was like 3 more times in the movie.
Yeah.
So, and then they did that. They did it with some other things too, which was just whatever. I mean, again, I don't know if that's just Japanese storytelling, where maybe their directors are like American directors, and they look down on Americans and say, well, we need to keep reinforcing what the story is, or people are going to forget.
I think maybe the thing their intent, they might have been intending, like, each time we're going to add a little bit more to the description, but they ended up making it a bit just repetitive along the way.
No, I mean, usually when you have when I forgot his name again.
Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne.
Captain Gordon.
Captain Gordon. Yeah.
Captain Gordon.
Yeah.
Defender of Earth.
The fisherman.
Yeah, somebody likes me.
Oh, Zoidberg. Yeah. So Gordon, when he if you're gonna make him like the person who doesn't know anything, so that we can explain things, that's fine. But we seem to have like 3 or 4 of those characters who are supposed to represent the audience, which was weird. Because you're not, what I'm saying? Like, Harry Potter is us because people explain things to Harry Potter because he didn't grow up in the wizarding world, because we didn't, and things like that. But in this movie, it was, we need to explain it to him and this guy and this dumb soldier, and so
Yeah, that's actually been one of the few things that always kind of bugs me when I do watch it. You've got the girl who they say, oh, she's a biologist, whatever, and then they go and find Gigan, and the scientist who's there explains to her the basics of DNA. And she's supposed to have already gotten the biology degree, and that's biology 150, the basic class, as they explain that stuff.
Right. Yeah, well, whatever. She's too pretty to be a biologist anyway, so it doesn't matter what she says. She's a woman. Did you notice that our hero, Sam, you can mute your microphone for 5 seconds. Did you guys notice that he went Super Saiyan?
Yes, I did.
I mean, like
the full-on glow after he's charged up.
No joke. I mean, he powered up. I mean, it was, yeah. So it makes me wonder, if Dragon Ball borrowed elements from Godzilla, and again, I know it's Japanese culture, so there are probably a lot of themes and elements that they borrow from each other, like we do here in America. But like, even the fact that Destructo Disc came from Mecha Thing and then they dodged it and then it came back and killed him, like, okay, good job, Frieza. Didn't we already see this before? And I mean, the only way it would have been even more Dragon Ball is if bad guy McHare had killed one of his friends, the hero's friends, and then he goes Super Saiyan. And I was like, oh, he killed Krillin, and now he's going to go Super Saiyan. So anyway, and then that didn't bother me. I just thought it was kind of cool because I like Dragon Ball Z. Again, Sam, you can join the conversation now. I'm done. Sorry.
The monster who would grow the extra heads, him just kind of floating down in the background.
Yeah.
Like that.
What is that thing called?
In movie it's called Monster X, but then when it sprouts the head, it's called Kaiser Ghidorah. And Ghidorah is actually one of Godzilla's ongoing enemies over the franchise.
I play Hearthstone, Sam.
Yes.
And there's a card that looks just like that.
Yep.
And whenever he takes damage, his attack doubles. And so I was like, oh, look, I wonder if the card is based on that because it looks just like him. And now I'm trying to find Hearthstone on my phone so I can screenshot it and send you guys a picture for those of you who don't play Hearthstone. Anyway, other than my notes, and of course my last thing was all the innocence of children. It takes Godzilla's child, or Godzilla Jr., whatever it's called, and then the other kid. Their storyline kept annoying me because it would.
It was random.
It was so random, like danger, destruction, things, kid with a thing, and the guy with a rifle. Wait, who are you people? And I remembered that, like,
get off my lawn.
Right. He was hunting Pokemon, and that guy had a shotgun. That's what it was. And he found one. He found a giant Squirtle hiding in the whatever. Anyway, so that was just annoying.
And then he burned him alive.
Oh well.
Yeah.
They did throw him in the back of a pickup truck, which was kind of funny.
I think the monster you were talking about was a Roman mythological Hydra.
Not the Hydra. No. That's when you cut off one, two, and that's actually Greek for what it's worth. But
I'm looking at a Roman mythology page here.
Oh well, Percy Jackson fights it, and he's Greek, so suck it, Rome. I gotta find it here. It's pissing me off. Well, it's not really going to be all that helpful because I'm thinking about what the game calls it, and I don't have that card. He's called
Godzilla.
Shit, I don't have it. Well, balls. Anyway, never mind. This has all been for naught.
A jackalope, I think, is what you were thinking about.
Oh, that's not it at all. A jackalope.
Jackalope's a rabbit.
You'll never catch me.
That was that Dave Coulier thing, right? From Full House.
Oh Lord. No, it was that video.
America's Funniest Videos.
Yeah, right. It was.
Then he did Mr. Woodchuck.
Mr. Woodchuck.
Oh yeah,
the puppet that he used.
Oh,
he took over for Ranger Roy. You don't remember this?
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, I mean, now that you're saying it, I'm remembering it, but
I don't want to.
Is it? Is it painful, Sam?
Yeah, some of those '90s memories.
Oh yeah,
go away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Was a tree made of wood?
Exactly. Yeah.
No, well, I
A
can't.
little bit lower than it used to be. I used to be able to do that pretty good.
Oh well, sorry, Lando.
Like your mother.
Y'all ready for some clips?
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm ready for them sexy ass clips.
I don't think any of them are going to be sexy, but
just you wait.
Well, if you look for the right ones.
I can't remember.
But they're hard to find.
I already forgot what this one is. It's just titled Dead by Now, so I guess I'll find out.
Dead by Dawn. Dead by Dawn.
If this were real, you'd be dead by now.
Oh, yeah, right. When the guys are training. I never understood why he said that. What do you mean, who would be dead? The guy?
They would be dead.
Who? Why?
The guy, because he hesitated. If it was a real fight, him hesitating would have gotten him killed, is what he's saying.
But if it was a real fight, he probably wouldn't have hesitated. Anyway, I liked his voice. I like his voice. He was great.
If this were real, you'd be dead by now.
That's right. I like the voice actors in this. It was all silly, but I liked them.
I whisper that into Sean's ear every night.
That's true. I watch.
Yeah, thanks for driving me the past few nights, Courtney. I appreciate it.
I know, it's been a late night for both of us.
Yeah, it has. This was here is your here's your pimp.
Yo, what's up? Come on, put the gun down. No, see, too late for that. Just here in a hand cannon. I'll blow your ass all the way back to Jersey. Great. Go for it. Shut the hell up. You drunk. Oh, shit. You shut the hell up. I'll shoot him boys down, finish you. It's a big thing. And it was. We better get out of here.
Okay.
Wait, what was that noise at the end?
Yeah. Okay.
That was a hat being blown off.
So we need to dissect that scene just a little bit.
I'd like to jump in first.
Please do. Let's talk about how the cop threatened the homeless man.
Yeah, the homeless guy apparently worked with Penelope Cruz's voice instructor. So.
Oh man. What were you saying, Corny?
I said apparently the homeless guy worked with Penelope.
No. But you said you wanted to go first. Was that?
Oh, that's all I wanted to say. I wanted
okay.
to make that joke before.
Oh, that's fair. So they pull the gun on each other, right? And then the guy starts getting freaked out because Rodan, right? That's who it is, right?
Rodan, yeah.
It comes flying by, and that old man is like flapping out, like, "Oh, here comes a bird!" And the cop just says, "I'm gonna finish you off after I kill this guy." Like, wait a minute, what? He's a homeless dude. What are you gonna shoot him for? But in my opinion, the most offensive part of this whole scene is the music. Let's go back here. Let's just.
Yo, what's up? Come on, put the gun down. No, see, too late for.
This is 2004. What do they think we're listening to?
Remember, the rest of the world is at least a decade behind us.
I mean, like,
at least
that's like Run DMC from the 80s or something, right, Corny? I feel like
maybe they appreciate. Maybe they appreciate.
I don't know if I appreciate that question.
I mean, hey, you're my I can't say anything here. I'm screwed. Well, Mike, you actually got to meet Reverend Run's son, Diggy Simmons. So
I wasn't part of that concert though.
Oh, well then you were blessed because he was.
Was his name Jog?
No, his Jog.
Run.
I got it.
A chance.
No, followed by his sister Prance.
Diggy
Trot.
Yeah, Diggy Simmons was his name, and he was a diva, and I wanted to punch him in the throat, but he did have only Corny and Mike can appreciate this, but. He had two of my techs take a couch into the VIP lounge above the ticket booth.
Kiss my black ass.
Like those are some small ass round stairs, like a circular staircase. Basically, Sam and Andrew, imagine taking a full couch up like a lighthouse staircase.
Oh.
I mean, except for like one floor of it, but basically that's what it is. And he made them do it, and I didn't know he did that. And anyway. That was a long time ago.
That building doesn't exist anymore. They got rid of it.
You're right. All right. Anyway, that music was awful. All right. Some sage advice from the old man. Here we go.
He who depends solely on power eventually finds that that power is turned against him.
Yeah. This sounds like a fortune cookie, though, doesn't it? No? No one? Okay. No.
You will seek laughter and will find none.
Yeah. Everything I keep thinking is, well, it sounds better than in Japanese, but of course it's going to sound.
So this I had to capture this one because all I could think of was this woman is in charge of the military. Here we go.
I guess you'd call them aliens.
What, from another planet?
That's what aliens are from. Other planets.
Yeah.
Okay, that one
or Mexico.
That is because that is on the dubbing people. That's the dubbing people screwed that one up trying to fill in her mouth. Because in the actual Japanese subtitles, she does not have to have it clarified that much. That's the dubbing people screwing up.
Oh, okay. I mean, I believe you.
Nice.
So we'll throw them under the bus because we can. I like that. This was a funny line.
Now we've got a nice souvenir.
Oh, that was great.
I'm pilot, not fly.
This is them ripping off a Star Trek.
Resistance is useless.
Futile. You mean futile?
The subtitles actually do use futile.
Perfect.
That is.
That's probably why they didn't do that. They were like, "Hey, if we say that, we're going to get in trouble with Star Trek." Oh, okay. We're already pushing our luck with mutants. That music in the background, I just realized, kind of sounded like Halloween.
I was going to say.
Yep.
Resistance is useless.
Yeah, that's like Halloween with the synth drum kit.
Last time this man was seen was. If you have any clues, please call the Dallas Police again.
So this is what I was mentioning earlier. This is 33 seconds of plot exposition. So just in case we've not been paying attention for the last 30 seconds of the movie where Mustache Man says what he's going to do, we have to have someone recap, okay? So here's our recap.
Are you telling me that you intend going back down there through enemy lines, wake up Godzilla, then bring him right back here, get him to fight all the other monsters, and then somehow, I don't know with what weapons, destroy the Exilian invasion force? Then go back to the South Pole and lock up Godzilla again?
Yes.
Yeah. Just in case you'd forgotten, that's exactly what he just said.
You know, with that kind of intro, you could start the beginning of CSI Miami with.
Put the sunglasses on.
I might actually, I don't know why, but the way he says yes, I might just single that out and just keep that forever. I kind of like that. So that way when Sam says something dumb, and I'm
what
are you?
I'll just be like, man, was that a dumb thing to say, Sam? And then I'll just play.
Yes.
There we go. So.
Well, you put that one down your list because that doesn't happen a whole lot.
Except last week. And
no, last week I was right.
And the 120 episodes before. They say the name of the movie.
This is Operation Final War.
I just realized.
Oh, by the way, because of this thing that we always do when we point that out, I always touch my nose. So I'm watching this movie, and kind of in my office at the end of the workday, and he says "Final War," and I go, "Oh," and I touch my nose, and coworker looked at me and was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "What's wrong with you?"
Don't judge me, Judge Judy. Get out of here.
The hell wrong with you?
Right? I just realized, like, almost every time he spoke, the music had to stop. For an impactful moment. Dump, 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 dump. Final War. Dump, dump, dump. Yeah. So there you go.
Did you just do the Dale thing?
Do you know he was an Ultimate Fighter?
Yes.
What? Oh yeah, he was one of the heavy hitters in the early days. He was
apparently I was reading up on him, and he fought some sort of Japanese guy. What is supposed to be the most brutal match ever.
Cool. I said yes only because Mike told me when we watched the movie the first time.
Oh.
Because you could tell when his fighting style was more like boxing, kind of judo than like karate or anything like that.
Yeah.
I did think it kind of weird though, right? So like the X-Men, that's what they are, I guess. And they're mutants. It's kind of weird. Anyway, they're like supposed to be like super ninjas, right? And he takes two of them out with his fists, and he kills the girl with like a slap to the throat. I just kind of thought that, wait a minute, you just struggled like crazy in the other room, but you're in the hallway, and you take both of them out pretty easily. I thought that was...
Oh, you missed the scene where he opened up a can of spinach.
Only it was a bottle of vodka.
I am what I am. That's all I am.
What would his...
his katana is like a power limiter. When he has his katana back, he can unleash his full potential.
No, that makes sense. But then he sticks it in the wall, I guess, and then fights.
But it's still in his possession at that point.
Yeah, that's fair.
We kept feeding him Captain Candy, and then we evolved him.
Oh, nice. Nice. That would have been great if like his mustache would have started glowing or something like that.
Like the other guy starts charging up, and his mustache starts glowing.
Right. Exactly. I don't remember what this clip is. I just wrote, "You don't know me," so I don't know what that means. Oh, I know what this is. Okay, one more of his great lines.
Listen, kid. There are two things you don't know about the Earth. One is me, and the other is Godzilla.
In case we hadn't heard that noise enough tonight.
Yeah, perfect timing, by the way.
Right.
You got that in right before the screen. That's
Right.
just great.
That was good.
Yeah.
This is the last clip I captured because it was truly awful, and I wanted also to capture some music just to remind people of how not Sum 41 this music was.
Thank goodness. It's all over at last.
Nah. It's not over. It's just a new beginning.
It's also really loud with the dialogue. I just realized that. My gosh. You can barely hear what she's saying.
And by the way, did anybody notice the Michael Bay camera movements?
What do you mean?
In this?
No.
The sweeping. Oh, he did a lot of sweeping shots.
Yeah?
A lot of, going around them. And yeah, a lot of the action shots reminded me a lot of Michael Bay.
I wonder if Michael Bay kind of borrowed that from Japanese culture or whatever.
I don't know.
I don't either. I do know that camera that he handed her and like documented everything for future generations was the oldest camera I've ever seen. My gosh. Like
with all the technology you have, could you not have found something better?
Like,
well, at least he honestly says it's the only one I could find. So.
But it's like, but that's because that's what the prop master said. Sir, I need to go buy a camera. We only have like 42 yen, which is like $6. All right, we'll go to a pawn shop and find some film camera. It's 2004. We had digital cameras then. Or make up something. Like just, make it a shiny box and call it a capture or a camera or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to be some old Nokia thing.
Although if it had been Nokia, you wouldn't worry about it being destroyed.
Or Nokia? No, wait. Did they
Nokia.
make Nokia? They make cameras, right? Yeah.
I don't think
they're also Swedish, aren't they?
Yes, that is true.
Nokia's from Finland.
Oh, Finland.
Learned that from Transformers.
Transformers, yeah, because that's the joke. When he says, "I have a Nokia, the way of the samurai," and she's like, "Nokia's from Finland," and then John Voight goes, "Yeah, but he's..." Anyway, the only good Transformer movie, seriously. Mike, did you watch the fourth one by chance?
I've seen I saw the first two.
Okay.
Don't worry, you didn't miss much.
The fourth one is.
Well, that's it.
The fourth one just makes you mad.
The only reason I even saw the second one was because everyone at work was talking about it and it's like, it's the greatest movie ever. You got to go see it. I went back the next day and said, I don't have eardrums anymore because of all the explosions and the thing.
Why would someone say that?
What?
That it was the greatest movie they'd ever seen.
Yeah, one of them was going like, mind blown. It's incredible. It's great.
Was his name Andrew?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it was. I'm not even joking. His name was Andrew.
Does he happen to eat a lot? And
he doesn't know our Andrew.
Oh.
No.
I haven't seen this
get
guy.
hurt a
I haven't
lot,
seen this
yeah.
guy since 2009, so I don't know where he is nowadays.
Scary cars are back.
Sorry.
What?
Son of a
What the hell was that?
I was
son of a bitch must pay.
No, it's not that. I was looking for one of my favorite the
Like a tactical nuke. LOL. This is really happening. A man, me, who's worth over $20 billion, is now being chased by CIA assassins. That's the truth.
oh, wait. That's Stanley Tucci, right? He's the only good part, seriously, of the fourth Transformers movie. Let's see if I can.
Alien bomb!
Here we go.
Alien bomb coming through! Clear the way! Clear the way! Hi, kids. Coming through, ladies! Excuse me! Excuse me, ladies! Excuse me! Oh, my God! How do you say get the out of the way in Chinese?
Oh yeah.
I forgot all about that one.
Yeah, the only good part of that movie. Now, and so I say that to you, Michael, is to say, don't watch the movie just for that one line. But if you have to watch it, at least know that Stanley Tucci makes it better. Because it sure hell isn't the dinosaurs or the Transformers or anything else.
Or the movie.
I mean, okay, hold on.
See, I didn't even grow up.
Mike, I just have to say this one. I know we did it on the show, but I can't get over the fact that the movie went out of its way to make sex consensual between a 20-year-old and a 17-year-old. Like, what? What is happening? Anyway, yes, they do that in the movie. It's so weird and creepy. All right, I'm done with that movie. I'm done. I'm over it.
I didn't even grow up with the Transformers, so it's like I saw the first two, basically whatever. So I wasn't even like obsession or anything.
Right. Yeah, I like the first one. I own the second one on DVD, but again, I own a lot of movies that I don't particularly like on DVD.
Nymphomania.
I do not own that movie on DVD. Do not start rumors. No. I do. I need to go back and look at my library of other like shitty movies that I own. I know I have a bunch. Tropes I wrote down. Okay, overbearing government/military official punches guy for going too far, or punishes. I should say not punches. Punishes. Captain punches superiors. I think I misspelled a lot of words here. We don't know who to trust. Trope. You know, like they're in the. You don't know who to trust. Bad guy kills boss dad to become the king or the whatever, you know. So it's the gladiator syndrome trope. Statue of Liberty is always screwed up in every monster movie ever. For some reason, poor Lady Liberty can't ever get unscathed. Bad guy gets killed by his own weapon, and all bad guys, for whatever reason, their bases have to self-destruct. Why would you do that? Doesn't make any sense. But anyway.
It's prepackaged that way.
You think so? Yeah. Does this evil
they throw in the self-destruct for no charge?
Right.
Keep straight out of the factory that way. Yeah, it's a warranty thing.
I guess I get it in like, all right. Yes, I know people who are listening who are rolling their eyes. Well, they did self-destruct in Star Trek 3. Yeah, but it wasn't like they hit a button that was the self-destruct. They basically, what you do is you overload the warp core and it blows up. I get that. But I'm actually going against my own argument. Fine.
Yes, you are.
It's a movie trope.
That's
whatever.
why I'm still silent here.
Yeah, it's a movie trope, and it's kind of dumb. Well, yeah, it's kind of dumb. Even in Star Trek, it's kind of dumb. Though the reason why they do it is kind of cool, but whatever. All right, moving on. Did you guys have any other tropes you wanted to add to that list, that wonderful list of tropes?
None that are any different, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Godzilla movie.
Yeah, it is. Okay. I guess it's time for more bad news.
And now for some more bad news. Ready?
Here we go. Trivia. Man, there was actually a lot of trivia. So, and they're actually kind of long, the trivia, but I'll just hang in there. So, ever since playing Godzilla in Godzilla 2000, the suits that stuntman Suto, I'm sorry, sir,
They named him Suto?
No, that's his real his Sutomo?
Studio.
Yeah,
Studio. Yeah.
That person, stuntman man, the suit that he wore weighed 100 kilograms. And he compared it to, quote, dragging a tire and giving a piggyback ride to a fat man while walking.
So basically pledging.
Right, yeah. For the film, however, the director required greater flexibility out of Godzilla. Thus, the new slimmed-down Godzilla weighed only 30 kilograms. And then the stuntman compared wearing the new suit to, quote, dragging something light with a child on my back, end quote.
There's a lot of child dragging.
Yeah. As a treat to die-hard Godzilla fans, Zilla, the monster from the much-maligned 1998 American Godzilla film, appears in this film and battles the Japanese Godzilla, getting beaten easily in one of the series' shortest battles. The former American Godzilla is called Zilla in this film because, according to former series producer and head of Toho Sogo Tomiyama.
No, head of Toho. Toho is the company.
Right.
And so it's Shogo Tomiyama is his name.
Oh, thank you, Mike. In 1998, the movie... No, you're fine. Took the god out of Godzilla, end quote, through its portrayal of the monster. So since the release of the film, Zilla has appeared in other media licensed by Toho, including comic book series and a mobile game, and is now considered to be an honorary member of Toho's roster of kaiju. There you go.
Make sure you have an analog machine to beat that one.
Yeah,
There you go.
You do need that one. It has to be
Oh,
analog.
the kaiju. Didn't there, I think my son watched that show with the bald little kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah,
With
kaiju.
the cards and the things and the stuff and the whatever.
Oh, F that little bastard.
You're familiar with
Yes, he's the reason. Yes, he's the reason that my oldest son is afraid of the dark.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
We were watching an episode. This is when he was like 2 years old. Watching an episode of Caillou. Never had trouble with the dark before. And this one episode, Caillou's like, "Oh, it's dark and I'm afraid." And then after that, from then on, my son was like, "I don't want to go to sleep with the lights off." So, F you, Caillou.
Good job.
I don't know if Andrew might be the first person ever to come up with two titles that would work for this.
If you Caillou. On November 29th, 2004, on the same day that Godzilla got its highly publicized star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, this film made its world premiere at Grauman's Chinese Theater, making it the first time that a Japanese-made Godzilla film made its premiere outside of Japan, where it was released in December. This film takes place in the year 2044. With that
That's why there's flying aircraft. That makes sense now.
Yeah.
Sure.
With giant drills on the front.
Whatever makes you feel better.
And then the director made a cameo. He was the radio DJ. That's the director. So, there you go. That's our trivia.
Yeah.
Which also another Dragon Ball Z element, Sam, was the thing
Hold
where...
on, let me mute.
No. What my point is that, you know the scene where our hero goes all glowy and then sends his energy into Godzilla to help him fight?
Yes.
That's a thing that happens in Dragon Ball all the time. Like, Goku is hurt, but everyone else is okay, so they're all pull their energy together and give it to him so he can fight. Like, that's a thing that happens a lot.
Oh.
So... Again,
Tell him he needs to get his own energy.
Right. Yeah, go hang out in the sun. Well, that's Superman. Never mind. Soundtrack grade, I'm going to give this, other than Sum 41, it was kind of shitty.
Oh, it was horrible.
What did we learn, though? Don't F with Godzilla. That's what we learned.
But F with Caillou all you want. Bastard.
Yeah, I like that.
Creepy bald bastard.
And Mothra.
Whiny little bitch is what he is.
Jeez. The creators of Caillou will not be pledging their $25 to come on the show.
I'll pay them $25 to get rid of that little bastard.
Oh my gosh. All right, here we go.
And now for some more bad news.
No, I already played that. It's time to play
News. Ready?
All right, now let's do this. Top 3. So we just said big monster movies with the caveat that as long as there's a big monster in the movie, that'll count. So, Andrew, you may go first.
Okay, I have an honorable mention of The Return of the Jedi with the Rancor.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Harry Potter is number 3.
Oh,
Any of them and all of them.
They do have giant spiders.
They do.
Yeah.
Monsters Incorporated, number 2.
Okay, yeah.
And number 1, a more recent film called Super 8.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
It's a great film. Yeah.
Is the monster really big, though? I thought he was kind of human-sized.
In Super 8?
Super 8?
Yeah.
No, dude, he's huge.
Yeah.
Really? He hides
Remember he attacked the bus? And his hand was like... Yeah, he was huge. He was eating the people in the basement or in the underground? Was holding the lady upside down? Or
Right, but I don't, for some reason, I don't remember him being all that big. I guess he was a little bit bigger.
Have I seen this movie?
Super 8, J.J. Abrams. It's
like a love letter to Spielberg.
Yeah, it really is. It's like, hey, here's my version of E.T.
If you haven't seen it, Corny, you need to watch it.
Only E.T. is kind of evil.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically that.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
go
good
watch
flick.
it.
I'd
Yeah,
recommend it.
it's actually really good. If you haven't seen it, I just for some reason I thought the monster wasn't all that big, but yeah, I guess you're right. If he was eating people.
Yeah.
And they did have him in a train. Spoiler. Okay. Was that it? Super 8 was your... Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Corny.
All right, I'm going to go with... oh, boy.
All right.
I like Super 8 better than the movie I picked, so never mind.
I've lost my third, but I'm going to go with my another 2. And my number 2 would be Cloverfield.
All right.
All right. And my number 1 would be The Avengers.
What?
Oh, yeah, the giant thing.
Oh, yeah, the giant flying thingies.
Yeah.
Or the Hulk.
Well, yeah, I guess. But yeah, the giant flying, whatever the things were.
Space worm.
The Hulk.
Oh, sorry. I remember what my
Hulk.
number 3 is.
What?
Boogie Nights.
Sam?
On that same line, I've got a honorable mention of Anaconda.
No. Oh, my
Yeah.
God. Wow.
And
Does it not want buns?
Anaconda don't want none.
What a segue. Thank you, Sam.
Sam's not dicking around.
No.
I've got...
That's not going to be the name of the episode, Corny.
I've got number 3. I've got Tremors. For some reason, that's a horrible movie, but I love watching it.
I like it, too. It's kind of funny. It's got Reba in it.
It's got bacon in it.
Yeah.
Reba and bacon?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I've got my number 2. It's one of my guilty pleasures is the new King Kong by Peter Jackson.
Oh.
I love that movie.
Hard to think it was garbage.
I really like that movie.
Yeah. I fell asleep during it. And I never do that.
Yeah. And then my number 1 has to be Jurassic
Park.
Yeah, it actually fits in this category.
It actually does for once.
Although technically you could say, well, dinosaurs are big to begin with, so they aren't giant.
But doesn't dinosaur basically translate to like giant lizard or something?
Yeah, but if they're, if a mastiff, would you say that's a...
He's actually arguing against himself here.
Yeah.
Giant dog.
What? Is a mastiff a giant dog? Yes, compared to yours.
Giant... Well, but a mastiff compared to a mastiff is regular, right?
Yeah, but Godzilla compared to Godzilla is regular.
Yeah, but it's a giant... Is there anything to compare Godzilla to other than another giant?
Right. So you're arguing against yourself. I'm confused here.
At the end of the day, you compare it to humans, and they're giant. So
Right.
There you go.
So yeah, so when Godzilla compared to a human is giant. A mastiff is still a big ass dog. I might be taller than it, but it could still kill me.
Yeah. Well,
But haven't you seen the picture of the world's largest dog and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
No, just Yeah. Okay.
I'm
Go
confused.
ahead.
So I'm confused. Are you arguing that Jurassic Park would not consider?
No, I'm just saying there would be arguments that you could make that nature has already said dinosaurs are this tall, therefore they're not out of the ordinary in terms of their largeness. Godzilla, nature did not make.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're saying that because, well, I mean the Rancor nature made the Rancor as big as it is. So
Or George Lucas.
well, yeah, but it's not a mutant. It's not a genetic mutation or whatever. So
yeah.
I'm accepting your movie, Sam. So just take the win. Mike.
Okay, yes.
All right, I've got an honorable mention for the giant claw. Have any of you heard of this?
I think my wife and I. No, we went there in Baltimore and had crab.
No, the giant claw. It's a movie from the 50s. You want to complain about the special effects in a Godzilla movie? You have not lived until you've seen the utter catastrophe that is the special effects in the giant claw.
Oh, if it's 1950s, I would imagine. Well, yeah.
Yeah, but remember, you still got 1950s of even beforehand. You had King Kong came out in the 30s, and that was pretty impressive for the 30s, wouldn't you say?
No, yeah,
with the stop motion and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But the giant claw I won't describe any of it, but I will tell you that the lead actor in this movie, he actually went and saw the movie in its premiere in his hometown movie theater. The giant claw, the giant monster that actually shows up in the movie, the first time it actually appeared on screen in full, the entire audience fell over laughing, and he left the theater hiding his face because he didn't want to be identified with the movie. That's how bad these effects were.
Wow.
That's again, it's not a great, it's a pretty lousy movie all over, but that you have to see. All right, number 3 for me, it's stealing from Sam, but it's not my favorite movie, but I really do love it. But Jurassic Park, it's a great movie. So I'm gonna count.
Well, I don't know. Dinosaurs are naturally as big as they are. I don't know if you could consider them giant.
Compared to humans, they're giant. We'll work with this.
I don't understand what's going on.
I don't either. I'm actually kind of enjoying this. It's actually pretty great. Sam arguing against himself. Once again, proof that Sam would never be my lawyer.
So, Your Honor, Sean is guilty. What? No, hear me out.
Yeah. Aren't you his defense attorney? No.
Yeah, I am, but let me show you why.
Yeah.
Yes, the art of subterfuge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Misdirection.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2, Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Shelob.
Sure.
Giant spiders. Your wife's
Going in
favorite
through there.
part.
Or even what, Sam?
I said your wife's favorite part.
Oh my gosh, she friggin' when we went to the theater, she
was it that one or the Hobbit that caught her by surprise?
Well, both of them. She did not realize because she had not read that far in the third book because a certain Andrew ruined the ending for her, so she stopped reading it.
Yeah, he had an ability.
He
I'll
did.
tell you.
Sarah was probably.
We were talking about this Andrew quite a bit.
Yeah, we should get him on the show one day. But he literally did
and then just yell at him.
He says, Sarah's literally got the book in her hands, and she's on page 50 of 350 of the third book, and he goes, "Are you at the part where the eagles saved them from the mountain?" Seriously, and she closed the book and dropped it on the floor and was like, "No, Andrew, I wasn't there." And he goes, "Oh, well, that part's great," and then walked out of the room.
I lived with that man for a year. I lived with that man for a year.
Yeah, I really should let him know that he gets mentioned on our show a lot. We should invite him on.
Hey, out of curiosity, is this the second week in a row where we have mentioned something terrible that he has done?
Yeah, but if we made him do a movie, I'm trying to think of what he would do. He'd probably make us do
Thor.
No, he'd probably make us do Forrest Gump or something like that because that's one of his favorite movies.
Oh, that wouldn't be a problem. I like Forrest Gump.
Probably Lord of the Rings, something or another.
The extended version of Return of the King.
4 hours.
Yep. Mike, you were at 3, right?
No, that was my number 2 that I just said.
Oh, okay.
And my number 1, my number 1. I know you guys have been bagging on it, but again, my favorite movie, Godzilla: Final Wars. I'm sorry, but it's my number 1.
You're a guest. You can do what you want. Sam does all the time.
He gave us money. He can do
Yeah,
whatever he
if
wants.
I'm a guest in Sean's house, I poop on the floor anyway.
Yeah.
This is true.
Okay,
Actually,
now I'm insulted.
That actually would not happen because you would actually be afraid of Sarah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Because she knows where the firearm is.
And they're not afraid to use it, that family, I tell you.
Shut up, corny. There was one time, all right, that I almost shot you. Just that one time. But I am going to go shoot shotguns with my father-in-law soon, which will be fun.
At Corny?
No, not at Corny. What?
Oh.
No, not
Well-
shotguns. No.
What?
No.
Didn't he want to hunt me at one point in time?
He did say that, but I'm...
Crazy Americans and your guns.
Well, that one wasn't a gun. That was a bow. He likes to bow hunt. Bow and
So
arrow.
he wanted to hunt Corny with a bow?
The joke was that Corny had come over when we'd all gone over to their house for some reason, and Corny, you said something to like instigate it, right? You said something.
I did prompt something.
Like you said something like how good are you at hitting moving targets or something? He said, I don't know. Why don't you go run outside and we'll find out or something like that.
Oh,
So,
good God.
God.
yeah. That's okay.
I had a good time.
When Sarah and I first started dating, I dropped her off one night and he was in there cleaning his fire or whatever gun it was. And I said, if you were really mad at me, how long would it take for you to put that gun together? And he said, I could get you before you got to your car. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Wow.
It's comforting. He's a good guy. I like my father-in-law. He's funny.
Yeah, he's actually a good guy. Tried to get me very drunk at your wedding.
Anyway, my number 3, I did Cloverfield.
Okay.
Sweet.
Shaky cam, hidden cam, or found footage.
Yeah,
really.
I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, I actually kind of like that movie. My number 2, I kind of feel bad for even mentioning it because we did it for the podcast, but it was an episode that was lost to the ether. And I kind of like the movie, and I kind of don't because it's really dumb. But Pacific Rim, and only because I couldn't think of any other monster movies because that movie's kind of dumb. And we ripped the shit out of that movie on this podcast.
Yeah, we did.
We will constantly talk about Analog.
That Analog, that's stupid. Yeah. Oh, well, Gypsy Danger is Analog. What? It's so stupid. Yeah. Anyway.
Did we lose that? Well, yeah, we did lose that to the ether, didn't we?
Yeah, that was one of our first episodes we ever did, and it crashed my computer. My number 1... Again, you have to bear with me on that, but if Andrew can use the Ragnarok or whatever it's called from, I'm gonna say the big rock monster from Galaxy Quest. Grignak, yeah, man, I love it. So cool. Man, that's it. That's our show. I guess.
No, it isn't.
Well, no. At this point, we do the out of 10.
Get the F out, Sam.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Man, it is late. I'm sorry. But out of 10, as I wait for my sheet to load.
I actually got to go to work tomorrow.
So do I.
For 2 hours.
I get to drive to Raleigh tomorrow.
Nice.
Andrew, you're out of 10, sir.
All right. I am going to give this a 7.5 out of...
Oh my God, he pulled it out again. Oh, that was great.
Oh, thank you, sir.
7.5 is that what you said?
Yep.
7.5, wow.
Yeah, I thought you said you didn't like it.
No, were you not paying attention?
No.
Actually, you were just thrown off by my glitch that with the I hate.
Oh, right, yeah, you're right.
That's right, yeah, okay.
I said I enjoyed this movie. I liked it.
I'm going to copy that and send it to you just so you can hear it. It's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
I don't even know what it sounded like.
We're going to insert it to all the audio of your contest recordings.
Good.
So, yeah. After each one,
Hey.
So you said 7 point what?
7.5.
7.5. Wow, that's high. Okay. Corny.
Oh.
In case we hadn't heard that noise enough.
Oh God, why?
Don't know. You tell us. So
I'm gonna give it a 6.8.
6.8. Oh wow. Okay, that's pretty high.
Andrews was awesome. I don't know what to do.
Okay, Sam.
I did not like this movie. I don't want to watch it again, even for fun. Redeeming qualities would be just it's old school Godzilla. I'd say 2.5. 2.5 non-blinking aliens out of 10.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, I do not like it.
Wow, that's like in the rubber zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I gave Rubber 2.
You gave the Phantom a 2.6. This is underneath the Phantom?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I would rather watch the Phantom over this one.
Oh, I can't go there with you at all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay.
Sorry, but I just
you gave
I almost got mad today.
You gave Wing Commander a 2.
Yeah.
So this is slightly above Wing Commander.
Yeah.
And Noah.
Although I would have given Noah a lot higher score. I wasn't there that episode.
Oh well, you gave a score, so
Did I?
Yeah, I have a score for you.
Weird.
I thought you were there. I remember.
No, maybe Andrew. Maybe that was supposed to be Andrew or Chad.
Oh yeah, maybe you're right. No, it would have been Andrew if you had a guest starred.
Yeah, I think I did fill in for you that one.
So I'm gonna give this one I'm gonna give it like a 6.5. Like I kind of have a good time with it. It's silly, it's ridiculous, but it's nostalgia and it's whatever. So yeah. That comes out to a 5.825. Mike, you can obviously. What is your out of 10, sir?
So again, favorite movie, but I fully acknowledge. I acknowledge its flaws. I'd give it a 9.
Well, I mean, yeah, like as they say, no movie is without sin. I mean, my favorite movie of all time is Serenity, and I know it's got some issues, but it's your favorite movie, and that's fine.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, like I said. My all-time favorite movie. I mean, put it to you this way: my all-time top 3 favorite movies are in order: Final Wars, Return of the Jedi, 12 Angry Men. So I'm fully understanding it's not going to be the all-time greatest made movie, but
sure,
of all the movies that I've seen in my lifetime, it gives me the most entertainment.
Yeah. Well, I don't think any one of the 4 of us would consider our movies, except Sam and his weird delusions of grandeur, would consider our favorite movies to be the greatest movies ever made.
Hey, I've never said that it's got flaws.
Yeah.
You know,
Wait, I actually think
has
he
its
has.
flaws.
What did you say, Corny?
Wait, I want to say he actually has said greatest movie ever
I
made.
think he actually does too. Anyway, that's it. So that is our episode.
I don't know. I would almost say Shawshank is a better made film in total quality.
I would agree.
But I'd rather watch Jurassic Park.
I would also agree because it's more joy and fun.
Yeah.
Shawshank is kind of dark.
A little bit.
Yes, it is.
I would say I would probably say the same thing for Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump,
Yeah.
I think, is a better made film than Jurassic Park. But frankly, I'd rather watch Jurassic Park because
there's more joy in Jurassic Park,
and it's too damn long. Forrest Gump. It's a long movie. Anyway,
all right. So
that's okay. How about this one, real quick? So we did for our podcast, we did Pulp Fiction for the show, and I kind of got some grief for not loving it as the greatest film of all time. And we were playing kind of a game on my brother-in-law's Facebook page where you name a quote, and then you have to figure out what the quote is. And he said, and JP put, what do they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris? And I wrote, I finished the quote, a Royale with cheese. And then in parentheses, I wrote, most overrated movie of all time, end quote, let's just leave this here and see what happens. And the response was pretty interesting. So I got some hate for that, which was hilarious.
I think I added to the hate, didn't I?
I don't know. You might have. You usually
Dude,
do.
let the hate flow through you.
Right, yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Anyway, that's going to do it. That's it. So before I wrap this puppy up, just a couple of quick announcements. Next week, we will have our second movie where a listener, Alan, donated the money, the required money.
You can call me out.
Once again, we will do anything for money, as any typical American would. We will be doing Batman versus Superman. Now,
all right.
All right.
My parents hated that thing. Ugh.
We only have access to the extended version of the movie. So if you have not seen that one and want to weigh in, feel free to shoot us an email or tweet or whatever. But if you have, then whatever. So we will be watching Batman vs. Superman, the extended version. I have on good faith or good information that he does not go back in time in this movie and spin the Earth backwards. I'm pretty sure he doesn't do that. So that's next week. Look for that. It will be a lot of fun because, well, I have no idea what to expect next week. So I had a pretty good idea of what this episode was going to be like. I have no idea what next week's going to be, and that's what makes it great.
Yes.
Makes it live, makes it fun. All right. With all that being said, time to hit the old music there. And I need my script because I can't remember what to say. Come on, script. There we go. So that's it. Yeah. So again, big thanks to Michael Antonucci for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
I had fun.
Good. That's what matters, and hopefully some people listening had some fun as well. Hopefully it was $25 well spent. If not, there are no refunds. Leave us a review on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, I think maybe soon, iHeartRadio, and we are also now on YouTube. So when you get into YouTube, search for Cheap Seat Reviews, and you can, if you're sitting in your office or whatever, and you just want to put it up on YouTube. It's not an actual video, it's just a podcast. So check us out on YouTube. We are there also. We are everywhere. Join us.
We are Legion.
Visit our website, cheapseatreviews.com. Sam is constantly updating it and putting all kinds of fun things on there. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/cheapseatreviews. Follow us on Twitter @cheapseatcast. I am @Sean J. Allred, @Saniji16. It is Sam, @JohnnyDarko16. It's Corny, @A. is Andrew. Mike, you don't do the Twitter, do you?
Nope.
Okay. Please send us your emails to cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. And, of course, you may give us a phone call, 704-271-4290. Well, that's going to do it. So, on behalf of Sam, Andrew, Corny, Michael, thank you so much for joining us. This is Sean saying thank you for listening. Good night.